Hi guys, my name is Nancy Loom and I'm the Loom Detective. In this video I'm doing a remake tutorial of how to make this American flag bracelet on one loom. Larry Roberts came up with his bracelet originally, but he used 4 looms to make it an all-around and to make it the thick bracelet. I figured out how to do it on just one loom. So for those of you who don't have 4 looms laying around, I don't even have 4 looms. I have 2, and there was a tutorial on how to make this with 2, but I figured out how to do 1 with this. And so it is an all-around bracelet, and you can make this into a different design too. If you wanted, you can just use this technique of how to connect this together, and you could make it any type of pattern that you would like. Like someone said they wanted a racing stripe flag. You could probably do that if you figure out what pattern you wanted to do, and you can just do the colors different. You don't even have to put the starburst on there. So if you want to learn how to make this video, keep watching. So the supplies you'll need to make this bracelet are your rainbow loom hook or crochet hook, rubber bands. You will need 39 blue bands. You will need 92 white bands, the stripe bands and the star bands. Together, that's 92. You will need 52 white, and you will need 34 connecting bands, like these bands right here. Normally I just use white, but this time I'm using the patriotic bands, and so the white in this is half jelly, half white. So I'm just going to use regular white as the connecting bands. Then you also need 2 C-clips or S-clips. So grab your supplies and let's get started. So we're going to start with our loom in kind of an odd configuration. So you have it in your regular way. And you're going to pop up the middle pin, move it up so it's equal, and then up one more time. So it's kind of the opposite of the regular configuration. And on my other video, someone asked if they could do it without changing the loom, and I think that's possible. You just have to change the design a little bit just to make sure it all fit together, but it is possible to do that, and you are welcome to try. I'm just going to do it this way for now. So now you're going to get your blue bands, and you are going to do your border. So you're going to put one band from here to here, and go up. You're going to go all the way up to the top and go into the middle. You're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to go all the way up to the top using just one band each, and then in to the middle at the end. So this is what the end of your loom will look like. Then go back to the beginning, and now we're going to be putting our stars in. So get your white bands, and you'll also need more of your blue bands. So you can start out with your white bands. You're going to go, see this first band, you're going to go hop 1, and then we're going to place our first band here to here. And then you're going to go around clockwise. You're going to do 2 whites, then you're going to do a blue, then you're going to do 2 whites, and then a blue, and that will make your starburst shape. So that's what we want ours to look like. So it will look like white X's, and then there's a blue line running through them. But that way it will look more like stars instead of just a starburst bracelet. And so you're going to do that again. So you go from where this pin was, where the band left off, hop up a peg, you go over to 2 o'clock, then you go clockwise. So you do 2 whites, a blue, and 2 more whites. And then 1 more blue. And so you will have 6 of these. So just keep going up your loom. So I did all the starbursts all the way up to here, and that's what it should look like. Now go back to the beginning, and now we are going to put on the connecting bands to connect this to this other piece. Those connecting bands right there. So I'm just using regular white. And you're going to go right here, you're going to skip a peg, go up, and lay them down, just one on every peg on this one side. And then once you have all of your loose connecting bands on this laid on one side, you're going to turn your loom around, and we're going to start looping. So you're going to take a band for your cap band. I like to do blue because it matches the border, and that way it's not as noticeable. But if you want to use white, that's fine too. So put it on, wrap it around once or twice, however you say it. So there's 2 loops, and now we're going to loop up our starbursts. So you're going to reach behind the connecting band, grab the top band, move it up, and now we're going to be looping these starbursts. So you reach in, grab the top band, which will go over here, reach in again, grab the top band, that will go up there, reach in, grab the top band, this one will go up, and as you can see it goes in a counterclockwise direction. So you place them in a clockwise direction, and when they're looped they go in a counterclockwise direction. Then you're going to move up, put your hook in here, grab this band, move it up, and just grab the top band and bring it back to where it belongs. Just like you do with a regular starburst. Right there, so do that with all 6 of your starbursts. Once you have all of your starbursts looped, and you start back at the beginning, you're going to reach into that cap band, grab the top band, pull it over to the right, reach back in, grab the last band, pull it over to the left. Then you're going to loop up each side. You just go behind all the top bands, grab that one bottom band, and move it up. Do the same thing on this side. Pass all the top bands, bottom band, move it up. You do that till you get to the top of your loom. And once both of your borders are looped, you're going to put your hook in here. You're going to pick up these bands, move over, put your hook in here, pick up those bands, move over, put your hook in there, pick up those bands. And then you can pull this off your loom. And there is your stars. You can see mine don't look fully like stars right now because they're half white, half clear. It's kind of cool looking actually. But so you have that, and then you're just gonna put that to the side. If you can we don't need this hook yet. So we're gonna leave this hook with the bands on it over to the side while we place the bands for the next part of our thing. So you're going to turn them back around, pop up that middle row, put it down in the standard configuration again, push it all in, and now we're going to be placing these bands, the ones that go right connected to the starburst. So I'm doing my 2 outsides red and my middle one white, because I think that's how it looks like on the flag, but if you want to do it the opposite, that's fine too. So you're going to take your bands for the outside. You're going to go middle pin over to the right, middle pin over to the left, then you're going to go up on either side. You're going to go all the way to the top in a straight line. And then once you get those reds all the way looped, you're going to get your white and go all the way up in a straight line also. So just keep placing your bands all the way up in a straight line till you reach the top. So once you placed your bands all the way up to the top, you're going to go back to the bottom, and now you're going to put on the connecting bands that will connect this bracelet together. Because this is like a triple single bracelet and you need connecting bands. So we're going to be doing in upside down triangles. We're going to skip this first one, go up a peg, and we're going to do our bands right there. So just take one band right there, take another band, go up another triangle, go up. You're going to do this 11 times. So you're just going to take your connecting bands and make little triangles with them all the way till you have 11. So you can count your connecting bands to make sure that you have 11. you will not be putting one on these end pegs. And then start back at the beginning, and then we're going to put our connecting bands that will connect this bracelet to this bracelet. So you're going to just take a band, you're going to see this first peg, you're going to skip that, go to this one, and lay down a band. You're going to do one band on each peg on this one side till you reach the top. So I placed all of my little connecting bands, and you're not going to put one right here. And now we're going to turn our loom around very gently so your little extra bands don't fall off. And then we're going to start looping. So now is where you take your stars back off this hook, and you want to make sure that your looping bands are on the same side as the ones on your loom. You're going to take these two bands and put it on this first peg. Then the next two bands go on the middle peg. The next two bands on the last peg. And then we're going to loop. You want to make sure that these stay on. Whatever happens, just make sure they stay on. So these are going to be used as our cap band. So reach behind. I like to do the side with the extra bands first, so I can have them looped in and so they will stay there and not fall off. So reach behind the blue bands, pull that band up right on top of that. Whoops, I accidentally grabbed that. Then reach behind the connecting band, grab the next red band, move it up. And you're going to go all the way up on this side. Now you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to reach behind those blue bands, grab the red band, and go up and up. And with the red bands, once you loop all the way up, you're going to loop in towards the middle. And then with these, you're just going to loop straight up. And there's a couple different ways the ending can turn out to look like. It could look like, see, this is the top where it is. You can have it look like that, where the red closes over the white. In that case, you would want to loop the white all the way to the end first, and then you do the red. Or you could have it, well, I guess that's how I did on that. But on this one, you see, it has the red stripe going right through the middle, and the white went underneath. So you could do that with this. In that case, you would do the red, you'd loop that into the middle first, and then you do the white on top of it. So it'd be kind of like the continuous stripe. But I almost like this because it like closes off the flag, so that's just what I'm going to do. So just loop all of your bands all the way up to the top and in towards the middle. So once all your bands are looped up towards the top, then you're going to do a band to put the cap band on. So if you put your bands in the middle like this, then I would do the same color. I would do red, like on this bracelet. If you did yours like that, where it closes off, I would do the same color as you did to close it off. But if you did where the stripe went through, then I would do the same color as the stripe, so it kind of just goes through the whole thing. But as you can see, I did mine where it closes off. So you're going to put your hook in here, stretch back, stretch it out, and grab your band. I'm using red. Pull it up, put your hook through it, put it on your fingers, grab one of your C-clips, and put it on there. Then you can pull this off. And then it will eventually not stretch out. It'll eventually be smaller once you do the other parts of it. So right now this looks kind of loose and just kind of like but if you keep going with it, it does look better. But that is how it looks like now. You can see all your loops are on one side, which is where they're supposed to be. And now we're going to be making the part right underneath this blue. So for that, you will want these bands to be, this stripe right here, to be white. Because I did red for my last stripe, so I want it to be white. So you're going to take your loom, you're going to put it, pop out the middle, and put it in the funny configuration again, where it's just one step up from being straight across. And now you are going to place your bands, your white ones on the outside, and you're going to go up and up, and then when you get to the end, you're going to go into the middle. Same on this side, you go up, and at the end, the bands go in towards the middle. Then the red ones are just going to go straight up. So place all your bands on your loom to the top. So once all your bands are looped up and then into the middle, you're going to turn your loom around. You're going to put a cap band on there. So I'm using white because it's the same color as my border bands. Wrap it around twice. And then you're going to get your bracelet that you made right here. You're going to put it like this. So this is at the same spot as yours. We will be doing this later. So you are going to take this extra loopy band and we're going to make them into the connector bands on this bracelet. So we are doing upside down triangles. We're going to skip this first triangle up to the second one. So you're going to put that right there. Go to the next one. Put it right there. Next one. Put it right there. I would only do up to 3 at a time because if you do more than that, this bracelet right here will get stretched out from being so long on the loom. So I just do that many and then I start looping. So go behind your cap band, grab the top band, move it over to the left, go again, top band, move it over to your right, and then grab that band. Then you're going to loop these bands as far as your connecting bands are. So like this one, there's not a connecting band right there, so I wouldn't go up one more time. Now you're going to do the sides. The sides are a little bit easier to tell where to stop. You just go all the way up to where the connecting band ends. Then you do the same thing on this side. Right there. And don't mind the bracelet, just loop around it. And then once you have that, you can take this off your loom so that way you can move your bracelet up and it doesn't stretch it out or anything. So you can unloop as far as you want. You can unloop all the way to the spot where you're going next, or you can leave it down one more peg so it's a little easier to grab the bottom bands. But this way goes a little bit faster, so I'm just going to do it this way. And then let me show you again. So you're going to take loose band, go up, do a triangle, a loose band, up, do a triangle. I have 3 right there, so I'm going to stop. Go behind, grab the bottom band, move up, bottom band, move up. Same thing on the sides. Go up. Same thing on this side. Hook likes to get tangled up and stuff like that. So you have like that. Then you take it off your loom. Be careful if you take it up right to that next peg because these like to fall off. So just make sure they're pushed down before you do that. And so do that all the way to the end of your loom. Okay, so I used all my connecting bands and I looped all the way up to here. So you can see there's one connecting band right there, and it's like that. So now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go get bands the same color as our stripes. So for me that's a red and 2 whites. You're going to go in here, stick your hook out, grab a band, pull it in, pull it out, then you're going to gently leave it there. It shouldn't fall out, and if it does you can just put it back in again. Go into this one, reach in, reach out, grab that red band, pull it in and out. I'm going to go on this side, reach out, put that white band right over there. So you have your bands hanging loose like that. Probably shouldn't have picked using the Patriot bands for this because they're clear and it's a little harder to see. But you have your bands like that. So now you're going to put your hook in these 2 bands right up here. You're going to go in pick up this red one. Then you're going to go over this and pick up the other red one. So as you can see, there's the white band in between them. Pick up one red. Here, let me show you one more time. One red, reach over into that one. Then reach over and, whoops, not those ones, and up here onto this one. Then you're going to pull that off. So you have your reds surrounded by whites, and the connecting band is right there in the middle. So that's exactly where it's supposed to be. And now we're going to set the bands for this next part of the bracelet. So you're going to take your loom and turn it around so the arrows are facing away from you. And then you're going to pop up the middle, put it back in the center. Not in the center, in the normal configuration. Like that. Now we're going to place the bands for our stripes. And again, my outside stripes are white, because I want it to match the bottom of my flag. So you can go in the middle and go out, middle, out, then go up on both sides till you reach the top. Do that with the white, and then the red in the middle, you just place bands all the way up straight to the top. So once you have all your bands placed up to the top, you're going to turn your loom around, and now we can start looping. So you're going to take bracelets that's been on your hook. You're going to take these two bands, you're going to put it with this stripe. These two bands, put it on this peg, and then these two bands put on this peg. So these will be your cap bands. Now here comes the harder part of this bracelet. We're going to put these loops over on here, but we're not just going to take the big loops. We are also going to take these little small loops, so it'll make our bracelet tighter and it won't look so floppy. So first you're going to take the big loop, you're going to put it on that triangle right there, 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 and there. Then you're going to reach in, take that little loop, and just put it on that one peg. So you want to do the big loop, then the little loop. So you can do it however many times like you did before, 2 or 3. Put the little loop right there. I'm going to do 2, and then you're going to loop up, and then you're going to take off the loom again, kind of the same as before. So reach behind all those bands, grab the bottom band, pull it up, behind, grab the bottom band, pull it up, and you do it right here, up and up, and up again. This is the part that probably takes the longest because of placing the bands and then having to take them off the loom again. Okay, and do the same thing again. Take a band, triangle, reach back, little band, pull right there. Do it again, triangle, little band, loop, pull it right there. Then you're going to loop it up, all the sides, and you keep doing this till you reach the top of your loom. So once you get into the top, there won't be a connecting band for up here. You will just loop up and in towards the middle. And now you're going to get the band for the C-clip. Put your hand, put your hook in here, stretch back, reach out, grab whatever color you're using the same color as my border, pull it in, out through the top, so you have that band, and you're going to pull the rest of it off the loom, and then you're going to put this on a C-clip. Right there. So you have your bracelet. Looks like that, like a really long flag. You can just stretch it out a little bit. Don't do it too much, or it might kind of get stretched out eventually, especially if you don't have Rainbow Loom brand bands. And now we're going to connect our bracelet. So you can hold it straight. I guess it could be this way or this way, wherever you want. You're going to turn it like this. Grab your C-clip. You're going to put it on that cap band right there. Same thing on this side. Grab your C-clip. Put it right there. And so there, your bracelet is all connected and ready to be worn. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy this video on how to make the American flag bracelet on just one loom. I'll see you in my next video.